What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Rail. So in today's video, I want to show you guys how this one play could bomb every single coverage inside of Madden 22. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on those post notifications on. So I'm actually inside of the Packers playbook. Again, I'm inside the Packers playbook. Now the formation that we're talking about, of course, is going to be this pack trips. Now, one thing I like about this formation is that you actually automatically get 4 receivers in there. So it's automatically, to me, it's a really, really great formation because we don't have to have a tight end. We can have as much speed out there as we want. So as far as personnel with this particular play, you want to make sure you have your fastest receiver right here. So I do have Jalen Waddle, which I believe he's like 98 speed probably. I actually don't know. But then also you just want your fastest receivers wherever else, like, you know, just whoever. But in this specific spot, you want to make sure you have your fastest receiver. Now, the only play we're going to be talking about in today's video is going to be this, as soon as I find it here, this halfback angle right here. And this play right here is honestly really, really good. So for defense, basically, I'm showing you out of $326 because that's what you'll see most of the time when you come out in this style of offense. So you can tell I do have safeties at linebacker. I do have Stokes on the outside, so we have some speed. We have Jeer, 2 good safeties up top, and of course the slot corners were all set there. So the coverages I'm showing you in today's video is going to be cover 3, cover 2, cover 4 drop, and I'll show you man coverage as well. Now, I'll talk about that when I get to man, but it technically doesn't bomb man coverage if they put 2 deep half safeties, but I'll show you exactly how I like to counter that and how this play is basically going to build to where they have to play double purples. So we'll get into that whenever I'm ready to. So let's go ahead and start off with cover 3 though. So right here, you can see we are in cover 3. Now I'm going to pinch my defense. That's normally what you'll see online. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and back my corners off. And the reason why is because I want to show you basically the worst case scenario is if they are playing off coverage. Now, for the setup, the really good setup, I love running this on like 1st and 10, 1st and like 15 maybe, 2nd and like maybe 9 or something like that. You don't want to run this setup like when it's like 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3 or something like that, because what we're going to be doing is smart route not routes, and it at least has to be like, I think it's one, I want to say it's like 8 yards. It has to be to where we're going to be able to glitch out what we need to glitch out. So for the setup, you want to take X, actually put him on the in route, and you want to smart route his in route just like this to where it's ran at 10 yards. Now with R1, I like to take him and put him on a curl route, hitch, you want to take R1, put him on a hitch. Now last step, you want to take circle, put him on an out route, and you want to smart route his out route. And this right here, this setup is honestly really, really good. Now before I show you how it bombs cover 3, I want to show you how we can actually dissect cover 3 defenses. So to start off the ball, you're going to tell R1 is going to be able to get wide open, triangle is going to be able to get open, and sometimes depending on if they're not zone dropping, you'll have that throw. Wow, look at that fight forward animation, Jesus Christ. But you'll be able to fight, you'll be able to throw that dot right there on the sideline if they're playing like common stock purples. So again, read progression. So if you're not looking to bomb their coverage, let's say they're putting deep halves, which I'll go over here in a second, but basically this wants to be your first read. So this is always going to be open whether they're zone dropping or not, because the only thing that will guard this route right here is actually a vertical hook. That is the only thing that will stick right here. So if they're playing any kind of cover 3, cover 4, if they're putting maybe a hook curl in cover 2, you know, if they wanted to try to do that, this will always be wide open. Now, your second read is always going to be right here. So if you could picture these spies not here, you'll be able to deliver a dot, which I'll actually show you here in a second. But you want to throw this route, you can throw it like right now basically. Now third read, what you see me make is if the user takes this right here, you can actually come look and then you can actually low ball this right here, or you can throw it normal. It all just depends, but normally you'll be able to low ball it, or if not, just throw it normal. Now next read I was going to show you is this up top, and I'll show you that actually right here right now, because we can potentially bomb their cover 3. So again, that setup, you want to take X, put them on an out route, in route. You want to go ahead and smart route his in route, R1 on the hitch. We're going to take circle, put them on the out route. We're going to go ahead and smart route that route. And now what I'm going to do now is actually just spy these people right here. And I just need a little bit of time to just show you guys that you could potentially bomb their cover 3. Now, the reason I'm backing them off is because most of the time people are going to be playing some type of zone drop, and if they're not, if square gets pressed, it does kind of mess up the timing of the route. But most people hardly ever play stock cover 3 press. It just doesn't really happen that much. If they do, just run a fade. A lot of times that's going to work. But basically, you want to throw that guy open right there. I kind of got a little bad pass lead, but you can still tell that it's literally going to be wide open. So I'll go back and replay and kind of show you this. Now, if they want to take it away, they probably just deep half, which we'll look at here in a second. But essentially, you're going to tell us the same thing that gets open. We have our hitch. right? You could throw this right off the break, like I already said. If they don't have spies here, you could picture, you can just go ahead and pass lead that inside, but you're basically making a read between the user. If the user takes this right here, then we'll hit this side. That's how we're going to read that. If they man this up or whatever and the user goes here, then we'll look for this read. And of course, if you want to bomb him, this is why this play is so good, is because what's going to happen is at this post, we're going to have all this space out here to throw the ball. You want to wait till he's about even, to where he's almost running past him. So you see right there how he's about to pass him up. That's when you want to throw that ball whenever he's passing him. So we want to throw that guy open. So you see how we throw it, and this is why you want your fastest player here, and you want somebody who's a strong arm quarterback, because you're going to have to get this ball over his head, because he reacts to it, but by the time he reacts to it, it's already too late. So kind of watch how the cornerback reacts. So you see how now he's starting to react, and we're already throwing the ball. So there's going to be no way, you know, he's going to be able to get there, especially if you have a strong arm quarterback. You want to aim for that little gap that you see me aim for, and normally, you know, you're not going to, you know, throw a pick normally. So that's going to be cover 3. Now I don't want to go any more cover 3. You guys get the picture of cover 3. So let's actually move on to cover 2. So with cover 2, I'm actually going to spy some people right here just so I can have a tiny bit of time to show you guys. So I'm gonna set it up again. You guys know the setup already. Here we go right here. Like I said, nice and easy, quick setup. So watch R1. So you notice how R1 does get open, but he comes back, and that's cool. And also Square is going to be able to get wide open. So I wanted to kind of hold the ball real quick so I can let you guys see the route develops, and I can talk about the reads and everything. So I don't have to sit there and, you know, just waste any more of you guys' time. So first read is always going to be a hitch. Nothing changes. So basically with this hitch, with this smart right out route, when you smart right at the 10 yards, the vertical hook's actually respected up until the 10-yard mark. So if you want to throw this ball, you have to throw it right now. So basically I'm looking, I'm waiting for it to back off, then you want to drill that ball in here right there. So if the user's on this side, now what you can do is actually look at this read right here. Now just picture we don't have spies, because there's not spies right here. We can actually throw this ball right here. So it's going to be an easy read, a 1-2 read. That's why these plays are really good. Now this in route is actually going to be able to glitch out this mid read, so that mid read is actually going to do nothing. So you see it just gets stuck here like it just does nothing and covers nobody. That's exactly what we want. And now what you're reading for is this right here. You're looking to split those safeties. You can tell I could have easily thrown that, which I'll throw that in a second here, but I mean that's just easy at that point, and that's why this play is just really good. So real quick, I do want to at least just throw this post route for you so you can see. Now I'm going to back off that cornerback, because again, I'm kind of simulating zone drops, because when people zone drop, they don't have press animation. So that's why for the most part I want to show you guys what it looks like when people aren't getting pressed, because that's what you're going to see when you're actually using this play in game. So anyways, you can tell Square, you're going to be able to split those safeties. I mean, that's just easy at that point. Like I wanted to pass lead more in the middle, but even still you can tell that's just, you know, you can't ask for any more wide open than that. So moving on, I do want to show you cover 4 drop. Yes, this play can actually bomb cover 4 drop, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and back this guy out of there. So here we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set it up for you guys real quick. You guys already know the setup, and I just wanted to just explain to you just why this play is just really good, man. So we get a little bit of time in the pocket, and you can tell, I mean, just look, like there's just literally nobody out there. So this is actually one of the most this could be a really slept on play, because it's extremely good, you can tell, and it's going to be the same things that get open, which I'll quickly go into that. So just like I told you guys, anytime they play a hook curl in a purple, you're always going to have this hitch get open. You can tell that's wide open. Now the same principles apply. We can throw this angle route out the backfield. If they didn't have a spy, we could easily pass that. And if the user doesn't take this route, then a lot of times you can look for this to be open on the sideline right here. They actually did a good job of comboing that, but that's fine, because we're actually reading all the way up top. So you can tell we're always going to have pretty much 2 or 3 reads that we're making on a single play. And anytime you have about 2 to 3 reads you're always making, it's a really great play in my opinion. So I did want to show you deep half, because I did forget to show you that in cover 3. So what if they deep half that cornerback rail? I know you're probably wondering that. So let me go ahead and show you. So let me back that guy off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set this up for you, and after this I'll show you man coverage, and then that's probably gonna be the video, honestly. So just want to show you what it looks like with a deep half. Oh, we can still throw that. Okay, wow. Okay, this play is actually really good. I didn't think you would still be able to throw that. I'm gonna run it one more time just to kind of test that out. But wow, this play actually can bomb cover through with a deep half. That's actually pretty crazy. So let me back that guy off to kind of make sure. Yeah, so let's set this up again, because I did not think it would bomb that. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. So let's just see. So you want to wait for him to pass him up, and then you want to throw that guy open. Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, we can still bomb it. Now I'm Ryan Fitzpatrick, I believe who that is. Who is that throwing the ball? Oh, Jacoby Brissett. That's Jacoby Brissett. So Jacoby Brissett, I don't know what his throw power is, but you want to have somebody who can throw the ball out there. But that's pretty crazy that we can bomb cover through with a deep half. So it seems like if they want to guard that, they kind of have to man it up. So let's talk about man coverage. So let's shade inside underneath. So let's spy this guy right here, spy this guy right here. Now we're gonna do the same exact setup, and I just want to walk. Now, one thing I do want to say is with this R1, if you know they're playing man coverage, what I suggest you do is take them, put them on a zig route. Putting them on a zig route is actually going to be really, really effective, just because it gives us another option. Because we put them on a hitch, it's never going to beat man coverage. A hitch is never ever going to beat man. So you want to put them on a zig route so you can give yourself a chance to actually beat them. So your read progression in man coverage is going to be this angle route to this in route. Those are going to be your only two reads. Now if they're playing man with double deep paths, so what you want to do is actually try to split the safety. So you basically want your best receiver right here, because in this scenario you need to get a press win. Let's just actually look and see if we get one. So right here we don't really get the press win we want. So basically what you're going to be able to notice is that if we get enough separation, then basically you can split cover two, well, man coverage with two deep halves. You could basically split that for a one-play touchdown. So you really want to put your best receiver here. So you see how I mean, he gets off press. It's just because he's actually a little bit better. So you see how we split those safeties, and then we are actually able to bomb this if you get a good win animation. Sometimes you don't get good win animation, so that's just EA at that point. But let's talk about the user, right? So user, what he's going to be worried about is this angle route. So he's going to have to play this angle route because angle routes are going to beat man coverage, right? So right now he has to make a choice. Do I want to guard the angle route, or do I want to stay on this in route? And so you just need to make sure you don't get baited. So if he takes the angle route, what we're going to do, we're going to just throw this ball right here on the sideline, low ball it, or just throw it normal. That's going to be a completion. Or if he takes this route, then what? We'll just look here, right? So that's basically how you want to play that 1-2 game. So let's talk about this. So we already know that they can't play this style of man coverage, right? So what are they gonna do next, bro? So they're gonna probably try to play something like this, maybe, right? So let's say they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna put a purple over here to kind of help out for the angle route, and I'm gonna probably do something, which that wouldn't work anyway, because they would need a vertical hook to actually play that angle route. But let's just say, in theory, that this is going to do, let's say they shake over the top, and let's just say they wanted to play this style of man coverage where their user, right here. So it's going to be literally the same exact thing. Now, what I want to tell you, and what you should know, anytime they play over the top coverage, zig routes are going to beat man coverage. So this is actually a great read to look at. But also, all three of these routes right here can beat man coverage with this shell of defense, which I'm gonna go ahead and show you right now. That's if they got the safety that way. So you can tell the angle route's gonna be open, X is gonna be open. Now, what you also can have now, I should have moved the pocket, but you can actually throw that route against the middle third if the middle third is on the same side as that solo receiver. So what I mean by that is if they have this guy in the middle third, you can actually throw this route open, which I'm actually gonna go and fast forward a little bit. But you'd want to drift out in the pocket. You don't want to stand in the pocket like I did. You want to drift this way to make it a little easier throw, and you'd want to throw it as soon as he gets like even with this middle third safety. So you want to throw it right about now, and you don't want to aim about out here so you can actually let him go run and get it, which I'm gonna go ahead and show you that now. So you guys already seen how everything else was gonna how everything else got open versus man. So also I'll show you what the safety looks like if it's to the other side, and then after that, that's gonna be the video. So I'm gonna shade over the top. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up for you guys real quick. Here we go right here. Now what I was trying to explain to you guys is that if you have time, basically you want to come here, and when he gets even with them, you want to kind of throw him open. Now it isn't 100%, so it's not definitely like a read like I would just bank off of. The only time you want to make that read is if they'll play double purples, but I just want to show you that it definitely is possible. It's just something to look at, but in theory, if you see a single high safety back there, that means they're playing like a single purple to one side, or they're doing something like that. So even if you see one high safety, what I suggest you do is just make the same read you've been making. You'd read this angle route, you'd read this in route, and also your first read can also be here too, because anytime they shade over the top, zig routes are gonna beat man coverage. So you can see right here how we get a super win. That's what I call a super win, and you can kind of see if the purple's gonna play it. Normally the purple's gonna respect the out route. Normally they're gonna respect that, so you can always just kind of throw this, get you about 6-7 yards, or like I said, you can throw the angle route, or we can actually have this pass over here. So it all just depends on where the user is going. So that's what you're going to be reading. So last thing I do want to talk about is basically double purples, right? So if they play a double purple style defense, so I'm gonna shade over the top, and let's say this is the user, right? So first of all, if they're playing double purples, this combo is gonna be great automatically, because like I said, they need a vertical hook to actually stop this route. Because what's going to happen is I'll just show you in the replay, but they're going to need a vertical hook to stop that route, and for us, that's really great for us. So it's the same exact read progression, except for now square normally is going to get just stupid wide open, just because if that's your best player, normally it's at that point it comes like a speed base. So if that's your like fastest player, it's crazy. They literally cannot play the shell of defense, which is actually really good for us. Now, what I was trying to explain to you guys real quick is that a purple is not going to be able to work with this, and the reason why is because we have an out route and we have a zig route, so it's automatically going to pull that purple out, right? So what's going to happen is that this gap right here is going to be open. So if you have a good matchup with the running back, this gap is going to be open, so they're going to need a vertical hook right on. If they put a vertical hook, then at that point what you can read is actually this route right here. So if they put this guy in a vertical hook, just picture him not being there, so we can actually throw this route. Or if we have a good matchup out here, we can throw this right here on the break. But if you throw that, I recommend you, actually, no. That's a hard throw just because of how far it is. I wouldn't really recommend it unless it's just that wide open. But realistically, this will be a read right here. Just throw this if they have this guy in a vertical hook, because he will be somewhere up in here. And even still, if they do that to shell of defense, the user will still have to choose between what? This in route or this one play touchdown that we just created out of man coverage. So as you guys can see, this one play, you could literally just run this one setup and honestly kill a lot of people, honestly, because it's really kind of hard to stop. You can tell you can't deep half against it. You can't play any stop coverages, so you have to get really creative just to stop one play out of this formation. So be expecting a part 2. Really drop a like on this if you enjoyed it, man. But anyways, I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.